Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the state of a French punk theme park. I know it's been like 2 months since my last upload on this park. I'm sorry about that. I really have not had the motivation to work on this park. I'm hoping to change that. As you can see, there is a lot of changes that have been made. So starting off in the entrance area, I have switched out a bunch of things actually. So this actually just switched up a little bit ago from the old style, which I didn't take any pictures of. I might have to go back through my old footage, take a screenshot real quick of it, and put that up on screen real quick. Or you could just go watch the old video. Yeah, so this has changed. The covering for this little queue right here, that's changed. So is this front area. This wasn't here last time. Neither was this, and I don't think a lot of this was here actually, if I'm not mistaken. But I added to get a bit of this little queue right here to get into the park, and this little planter right here, like a week or two after I uploaded that first video. This has been staying here for a while. Also, if you do see this artifacting, I don't know how to fix that. My system has been doing this for a while. Even on my old computer, it was doing it. It was one of the updates that Frontier made. I just randomly got this visual bug that happens sometimes. It's a gamble if I get a good render. It's probably my graphics card, to be honest, which hopefully soon I can afford to get my graphics card, but I need to actually get the money for that first, because that's a almost $900 graphics card, so that'll be a bit. But anyways, here we have security checkout, or check-in point right here. This side right here would be for regular guests. This could be ADA 1, and this could be ADA 2. If you don't know what that means, that's Americans with Disabilities Act, and it's pretty much people with wheelchairs and stuff. If they need to get into the park, or if they're going into the park or whatever, they could just go through that instead. So we have 3 metal detectors and stuff, and 3 stations. I will be trying to add staff at some point, but I have to figure out what characters are going to actually fit the best. So yeah, that's going to be something that I have to figure out. I am also still looking for name suggestions. So if you do have any name suggestions, just leave them down in the comments, and I will read those, and I will probably respond to you if I think that's a good idea or not. Once I find like 3 good candidates, I'm going to make a poll on my posts page, and probably also my Facebook as well. Go follow me there, link down in the description. This entrance has changed quite a bit as well. This building is here now. We are also ignoring the stream that I did a couple months ago, where y'all actually see this park and a good amount of it. A lot of stuff has changed since then. I don't know if that gate was here yet, and I know for sure this building wasn't here, and the second edition right there was not here, and neither was that cover or the little restaurant right there. But over here we do have back of house. I did actually make these planters and stuff. There's another gate right there. And we just have some trees and stuff. Try to make some better choices on it. I'm probably going to redo those. And then also over here we have some better planters and stuff. Some planters and stuff alongside. I've got to fill this one in at some point. We'll figure that out. Currently I do not have the interiors done yet. I actually have not even started on them. So I don't know if I will do that anytime soon. It may be towards the end of the park stage, but we will figure that out. But yeah, the other day I did actually add this wall along the side of the park, which I'll go over that probably towards the end of the episode. Yeah, this is the entrance of the park so far. I think it's looking pretty good. I finally was able to figure out a way to do this area right here. And stuff. Oh yeah, I also took out the original B&M coaster that I had in the park. It really didn't fit anything that I was doing, so I did remove it, unfortunately. It was also very just overly open layout, it was not compact enough in my opinion, so I just redid it as a B&M Hyper. It's not really a Hyper, it's only like 170 feet, but it's very hyper styled and stuff. Kind of loosely based off Goliath at Six Flags Upper Georgia. Anyways, we have some supports on the pass, which I didn't want to do, but I kind of was forced to do a bit, so I tried to keep the supports on a low count. But yeah, I also made this little restaurant right here. I'm not going to be doing an interior. I'll be adding in a restaurant right there, and then I also have a deck right here, tables at and stuff, and then I'll probably put something right here. Maybe like a little gift shop or something, I don't know. I'll figure that out eventually. Maybe it'll just be a filler building as well, kind of like what this is at the moment. I will be trying to turn this to a restaurant as well, or just a bakery or something like that. That's the style, that's the idea I get from this building right here. But yeah, we also have this second addition onto this building right here, which I think looks pretty good. There's also a bit of clipping with this archway right here, and that's for the coaster going over top. So I think this part of the park is looking really good so far. Main Street is looking phenomenal. Oh, I also shortened this very large portion because it was like way too freaking long. It was like out past this area. Yeah, that's a B&M invert. I don't know if that's going to be sticking. Here we do have the Hyper Style coaster, which I had to configure the side of the station this is all on and stuff. Then I still have to do maintenance bay, transfer track and stuff, but this is fully custom supported and stuff. So, yeah, I actually, matter of fact, did this within the last 2 days, which is actually really surprising for me. I am probably going to work on this a bit tonight, which tonight is Friday, and this is releasing Sunday, I believe. If that does go to fruition, I've already done all, like, the maintenance catwalks and stuff, and all that. I would show you that, but honestly, if I don't make this video now, I'm probably going to forget about it and push it off even further. But, yeah. Anyways, right here I am going to add a themed wall, just like over here. And I might remove the fence or whatever. But this is going to be like a themed little area right here. And then obviously this is all connected to maintenance. I also did add these like little covers right here. Over here we do have a vehicle access for what will be a garage door right here, and then this is going to be an employee door, and then this is going to be like a break room pretty much. That's what that's going to be. And I do have all the stuff right here so that these don't get hit. I also did all the ride perimeter stuff, so that's looking pretty good. Over here we do have entrance to the front of the park, or the entrance I mean. Over here we have just another parking lot or just maintenance lot in general. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good so far. Over here we do have a lightning rod style coaster with it being a launched wood coaster. This was kind of complicated to make and actually get it to work and stuff, which now with a mod update, this is no longer possible for me to do. And I deleted my old config file, so yeah, I reinstalled everything, so I was having some bugs the other night with my game, with getting like 4 FPS for no freaking reason. It was so dumb. It finally did fix itself though. I don't even know what I did. All my settings are the exact same except for FSR being turned off, which I did that after it fixed itself. So anyways, but this launches and stuff, and I pretty much made this very custom because of the invisible tracks and stuff. So oh crap, I've got this set on 3x. I was like, why the heck did that go so fast? But I have like all the brakes and stuff and the drive tires and such. I also tried to do a bit of custom supporting. I do have a little bit to adjust because this used to be like over here. So I've got to adjust a bit of that. This goes into like a very fast 0G roll. You do like a outer bank, or not an outer bank, a twist and turn. You have a double down, actually twisted on the second down. You do I guess this would be more of a corkscrew. Go into an outer bank till, and you have 2 of those. Then you go up into a high turn, and then into a turnaround, going into the second launch, and then you go up into a overbank turn, come into a double down. Sorry, I had to think about that. Anyways, into a double down, you have an overbank, and then into just another overbank, pretty much 3/4 helix, into a double down into the brakes. So a lot of airtime on this, good speed and stuff. I'll have all the POVs at the end of the episode, but now let's move on to the hyper coaster. I don't know if I could really call that. You'll decide what we call this. Atrocity. But anyways, so this comes out the station, very similar to a hyper and stuff. I do need to add this catwalk down here and stuff, so still got some work to do there. Fully custom sport and stuff, obviously. I do have a catwalk to add here. I've got my netting and stuff, the custom netting that I made, which I'm actually probably going to make that blueprint. It's right here. I'll probably do that after this video goes up. I'll try and put that in the description of the video. Anyways, over here we have our perimeter fencing. But anyways, it goes to an airtime hill. You hit another airtime hill, and then you go into a helix and a half. This part right here is pretty much that. I think hopefully I can get an image of this, of Goliath in real life compared to this. If I could do that, awesome. Hopefully I do. But anyways, go to another bank right here, and then you go into go up a hill and turn into the mid course, which does slow you down quite a bit, but that's just so that that's to compensate for the short brake run. But this will absolutely make it through the layout and stuff, which I could actually show you here. This drop does actually make sense for a B&M, how they have that really slow, just cinematic drop of how it leaves you suspended and stuff, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, you go to the helix right here. And then you turn around, go into this overbank right here. Go under the pre-lift. Hit a off-axis airtime hill, and then go into a 3/4 helix into the brake run. I think this actually turned out really good. There's a few parts I would have liked to change, but I kind of forced myself just to keep it because I would have made about 20 different coasters, and then this video would have probably never come out. But anyways, back to what I was going to say over here earlier in the episode. This is like a little retaining wall type thing. And such. I thought this would just be interesting. Little spectacle piece or whatever. I'm probably going to try and make this like the exit to the park or whatever. I'm not exactly sure though. I've still got to figure out a ton of stuff with parking and stuff. I've probably still got a couple months before I even touch the parking lots again. But something I am going to be doing, or trying to do at least, is making a highway that goes along this part of the map and such. I'm probably going to make like an off-ramp that goes right here or whatever, so that you can kind of see the coasters from the highway. Oh my gosh, I hate this freaking bug with the scroll wheel in this game. It's been on both games, I don't know why. Both of these coasters do actually have 3 trains, so that's good. And then let's go ahead and move on to our B&M invert that I am not sure if it's going to stay, due to reasons you're about to see with pacing issues and just jankiness in general. That is such a slow 0G roll. I could have definitely done better, but I tried to keep this very compact and such. So I think this area right here is kind of cool. I do like it. Unique, that's the word I was looking for. Unique. Anyways, you go to this corkscrew, a very slow one, and then you go to a very compact cobra roll. go into a turnaround, little pop of airtime, over bank, finish the turn and go into the brakes. Very, very quick ride. None much to it. That's not right. Thought I turned this. Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay. I actually did make this a faster lift hill right here, which actually that is something that they actually do, I believe. I think they go faster on the second half of the lift, if I'm correct. I don't know. It's been like a month since I last rode an invert. I should know this, but it's been a long month. But it goes faster at the top, which it feels like you're about to get into a train wreck when that happens. I rode in the back row of Batman the Ride at Six Flags Over Georgia. Dude, that freaking... It's scary. It is... You feel like you're about to get, like, massacred or something. It's freaking scary. But anyways, there's that ride. But anyways, I think that is it for this park. Got some extra backstage areas back here and stuff. There's been a good amount of progress made on this park. I'm actually really happy with the way this has turned out. I'll definitely be doing a lot more landscaping stuff over the next couple of weeks. And obviously over the next however long this park takes. Everything's going to grow into itself. I'm going to be tuning everything with each other and stuff. I think my friend that I mentioned in the last episode might be able to work on the park. We're still trying to figure that out. He has Sundays off of his job, so we're going to try and see if we could take Sundays to work on the park and stuff. Or I'm just going to leave it to him because he can only work one person at a time. But he is still learning the game, so if some things do look a bit unprofessional, that will be the main reason why. I'm teaching him how to play the game. But if you like the way this stuff looks, then his stuff is probably going to look better than mine at some point. If he's dedicated enough to it. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, drop, follow. And I will see you guys again in probably 3 months. Anyways, peace out.